Now you now you're just flickering between like orange and red. You know what? Is this a restream issue? This could be a restream issue. I haven't looked at restream in a while. There's nothing I love more than looking at my internet connection and seeing it flicker between red, orange, and yellow, leading me to assume the connection is confusing? Hey Mario, what's good? It's so stupid too, because I'll be looking at, I'm talking about my internet as usual. I'll be looking at the stream, and I'm like, the stream looks fine. Stream looks perfectly fucking normal, and then OBS is over here like, oh my god! Panic! It's like, what the fuck? Let me stream without assuming everything's broken, assholes. I guess the frame rate is kind of low. Like, I care. Yeah, it's weird. It's just fucking weird. Yeah, it'll flicker between like excellent and not. One day off for the week. Gonna start my 53rd chapter to my Pokemon story today. You know what? Interesting you say that, because I'm playing Pokemon and Chill right now. The music. I've been very lucky to have had a lot of non-copyrighted chill music that I could play over these like art streams. Alright, I mean, I guess I'll just do what I did last time. I'll just go until something breaks, and then I'll fiddle with it some more. I have several hours until I need to do some work with a client. Like, I need to call them. Because I'm a big boy now. Now I call my clients. I get them on the phone, I fucking corner them, and I tell them, like, what do you want? I hold a gun to their head, and I'm like, what do you want? I'll do it for you, I'll do anything. But you gotta tell me, what do you want? Your reader base are mostly Zoomers? Yeah, welcome to my friend Amber's world when she was making an Aizawa fanfiction, and she fixated a lot on writing a good story, where more than half of her user base were fixated on, oh my god, when are they gonna fuck? when are they going to kiss and hold hands? And Amber was just like, oh my god, you all are so cringe. Why? I want to write a good story, you assholes. What was the line here? He was... I think I vaguely remember. I don't necessarily want to follow the head perfectly. Because if you follow the head too closely, then you kind of lose your style. The model is meant to be a reference. It's not meant to be, you know, a stand-in for the body. You'll read a lot of webtoons and just like webcomics in general. You can tell people use 3D models as a stand-in because it's a good idea. But they'll rely a lot on the form entirely. So you'll get like... And I'm still guilty of this, because sometimes it's really hard to snap yourself out of following the rigid body to a T. But bear in mind, this is all just for reference sake, you know? So you know... Anyway. Yeah, this is for showing reference, like where the body's going. Did a gag in the last chapter where the main character, Keats, encounters the Magikarp salesman from the anime. Then it becomes a reference to, the potion seller. And I require your strongest Magikarp. I'm going into battle and require the strongest Magikarp. Yeah. Yeah, I get why, like, if you put that in there without, like, the necessary context, some people are gonna be like, why does he talk like that? What's going on? Vice versa, I'm an old man that's inhabiting this world as the Zoomers are now inheriting it, which is a fucking beautiful prospect, you know? And I sure hope that they don't fuck it up. No pressure, guys. But often I will hear like memes dropped at me, you know, just floating through the ethos, and it's like a Zoomer meme, or it's like a reference to like Word Girl or some show that I didn't grow up with, and I'm just utterly lost. It's like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? And nobody got it. Oy. See, I typically try to avoid memes in my writing for reasons like that. Like, I worry, oh gosh. There are some references I like to do, but I try to steel myself. I try to think like, I can't, because nobody's gonna get it. Although, that being said, nothing will ever stop me from making RuneScape jokes. Because even dudes in my generation won't necessarily know the RuneScape jokes. So I'm writing it with the assumption that most people just aren't going to understand anyways. You know what does help? You know what really does help? Is if you're going to make a reference, at least write it in such a way that it can exist as a joke on its own, without it also being a reference. Like, if the joke relies entirely on, oh, when they hear this, they're gonna go, oh, haha, I know that from the context. Otherwise, if it's just written as a joke in and of itself, and you can imagine it being funny without the context of, you know, whatever references came from, then you've just written like a funny joke. And you've been inspired by a meme. You haven't referenced a meme. Anyway, that's my takeaway from it. Okay, yeah, this kind of strange behavior is entirely in line. References to things people don't get. See, I grew up watching like Channel Awesome, the Nostalgia Critic, Spoonie, all those people. Lots of dudes that ended up being crazy or pedophiles. Not Nostalgia Critic though, so that's good. Spoonie may have been a little bit crazy, but I remember him and everyone on Channel Awesome, they would always make references to fucking 80s movies. They would make references to 80s movies that quite frankly kind of suck too. Like they reference like Warriors, I think an 80s film, or sometimes they reference a 70s film, and I'm just over here like, bro, what the fuck are you on about? But as a child, and you know, take this to heart. As a child, I would hear these 80s references. I wouldn't know what the hell they were, but because they were coming from an adult, because they were coming from someone way older than me, I assumed this was the height of comedy. I assumed like, oh my God, well, this older person that I respect is making these jokes. Ugh, surely what they're talking about is really funny. So yeah, I'm just gonna go along with this so that I can look mature. Oh gosh. It's only later in life that I would realize, no, actually. Some of these movies they reference are kind of dumb and lame. Can you imagine how disappointed I was when I watched The Goonies, and it just wasn't all that good. Why do I call them Shirley? God damn it. Speaking of references. God fucking damn it. I love Airplane, though. Airplane is... Oh, wait, no. That wasn't Airplane. That was, It's Kelsey Graham. Was that Police Club? Police Station? Police, help me. I'm lost and scared. Oh gosh. I know what it is. It's like Police Squad or something. Police Squad. I think it actually is that. Police Squad. Yeah. He's like... Shirley, you're not serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley. Those are films that I did not grow up watching. I watched later in life and thought they were fucking hilarious. So, if anyone's still on the fence about watching those movies, like Police Station and Airplane, go and watch them. They're great. I watched them later as an adult after being fed a lot of nostalgia about them. And yeah, can confirm, they're great. Oh, okay. Yeah, like the, like the guy in Courage the Cowardly Dog. That's funny. Oh, hi, Casey. Been a while, my homie. I like that you still have the same avatar. I remember that. Gosh, that actually brings me back. Holy shit. I'm doing lovely. I'm doing a lot more, like, commission work. For the chat, Casey is someone that I used to work with when I recorded ThoughtCan. Yeah, I'm doing a lot more like commission work. I do like voice acting and I do art. In fact, this is a comic that I'm publishing on Webtoon right now. But I have a different comic that I've been working on for like 2 years. I don't know, maybe Dan mentioned it at some point. And it's a fun thumbnail. Look at it. It's so lively. That's got to be a Stu classic, right? It looks like his art style. But yeah, no, for the past like 2.5 years, I've been working on a different comic for a client. And that one, hopefully, is going to get like published. So, like in like stores and shit. It is old Stu. Yeah. Good old Stu. Oh yeah, still holds up, still classic. I still got some of Stu's art like saved somewhere on my computer from the ThoughtCan days, so I stumble across it and just go like, oh, right, the past. Hope you're doing well though. Gosh, it's the morning, so I have a bunch of fucking phlegm in me. God, someone shoot me in my life. If it gets public, yeah. The my client is working with a business type who's like dead set on getting it physically published in stores. So I don't know what strings he's pulling, but we're very close to finishing the comic itself. I don't know how much business talk needs to happen for us to get there, but I leave that in their capable hands. The guy that I spoke to has been like following us in the project for 2 years, so he's dedicated, if anything. He's a friend of the author, and they've both been publishing books for a while now. So yeah, that's nice. It's sort of like a young adult novel. It's got some like adult themes in there, but it's also kind of goofy too. It's kind of like right up my alley. Of course, dude. Yeah, thank you. Not stand mornings, especially at the beginning of fall. Kills my sinuses. Oof. I am very lucky to not have allergies, but the morning fucks up my throat like really badly. I have to like go through these trials and tribulations if I want to talk in the morning. Luckily, my streams already have tons of coughing, so I've scared off anybody that hates coughing. And if you're a new viewer right now that's listening that hates coughing, I'm so sorry, but I cough a lot. And it's not my fault. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, Casey. Hope things are chill AF. What the fuck? Wait a minute. When did you become a... Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. We only use vector layers in this house. Get out of here with these raster layers. When I take a raster layer, I can't use my magnetic eraser and get rid of it. Is this from... Surely it's from Pokemon, right? Gotta be. You don't give me a song list? You piece of shit. Some dedicated person in the... Nope. I guess I'll never know. It sounds like it's from, like, Deltarunes. You have a fear of coughing. Ooh. Sorry to hear. I, for a long time, had a fear of, like, swallowing, if that makes sense. Like, I used to be so anxious in, like, 2013 or 2014. I used to get such anxiety that when I was eating, like, a lot of food, like spaghetti or something, I'd be terrified of eating too much because I'd have to swallow it all. And I'd do a thing where I would sit there and just go like, it was almost like I was choking, but I wasn't. I was afraid of choking. So gosh, it was the worst. It was awful. I think 2013 was probably the worst I was mental health. What? That's not true. My mental health was at its worst when I was making Thought Can. Never forget. Hey, Wub, what's good? It's been a while. It's been a while since you've been on a stream. But I've been seeing you posting on the Discord. Quality stuff, as always. Sounds like Kirby 64. I would not know. These lying motherfuckers say that it's Pokemon, so I have no idea. I have no idea. What kind of boob do you call this? Where it's like, it's the opposite of side boob. Side boob is like on the, you know, it's on the side. But like, when you have that deep V going on, what do you call that? Inner boob? Being stuck in a box with no way to crawl out. Ooh. That is scary. I do not care for that at all. Hey. The crevice. Oh shit, there was. Oh shit, you're so right. Sorry, I was really hung up on the fucking internet thing. It's the same problem I had last stream. Usually I just manually put them in the announcement, but thank you for telling me. I even like got a thumbnail and everything. Mid boob. Inner boob. I like that better. Like ping notifications, otherwise I wouldn't miss even one. I try to do them manually. I guess I do consistently forget. You know what it also is? I'll tell you what. For a while, and I guess to this day, I feel kind of sheepish putting like stream announcements in the announcement thing. Because I worry like, oh man, people are gonna People are gonna get like really annoyed if I'm putting in like just stream announcements constantly, but obviously that's not true. Obviously people do want to see streams from me because I'm getting complaints about it now. Oh hey, people were supporting the webcomic. I got some very nice servers. Very nice Discord servers. I gotta be more active on some of them because, that's how, you know, I get myself out there. 18 plus? Ooh. I don't... I couldn't possibly... It's time to blacklist this server. The fuck is this? What is Hidden Glade? Among Us? What am I looking at? Hammer's part of it. What the fuck is this? All right, time to leave. Oh, I know what this is. This is a friends thing. Okay. Anyway, what are the comments saying? Boob theft? No! Illegal! Yeah. And I'll put it on Threads because I insist on using this app. Space between breasts, the living room. My man. Used to have surreal dreams for when I grew up with family that loved horror. Like somewhere like vines and stuff growing over everything, then over me in bed. Seems real when I was young. Ooh, I don't like that. I hate dreams where I feel like I'm stuck somehow. Like, I think I probably have like a little bit of claustrophobia. Yeah, well, I'm not necessarily doodling right now. I'm doing sketches for a webcomic that I only recently started publishing. It's a whole thing. Though it is cool that we're both drawing right now. I continue a big comic project I'm creating. Nice. Okay, so we both are working on comics then. Nice. I guess I always feel like wrong about referring to doodling when I'm doing some like serious project. I always associate doodling with like just killing time. Incorrect password. Suck my fucking you know what. Oh, Creep Show. I know that one. I love horror as an adult, but the thing that really effed me up as a child was watching Ju-on. Ooh, The Grudge. I love Japan, but that film will make you fearful of living in the suburbs. You know what? Real. For real, though. Now, if I put a linky here, and I put a photo, will people go? I don't know. My mom follows my threads. I wish she wouldn't. But I have no choice. Sometimes I'll post like, you know, art that's sort of like on the border, a little risque. Then my mom will like it on threads and I'll be like, go away. It's funny to you now, Creep Show? Nice. No, that's the thing with lots of horror for me. You know what was like the scariest shit to me? And Casey, I can't remember if you were in the call or not. I sort of feel like you were, but it may have just been Matt. But I was in a call with Stu and some other people, and Stu put on that fucking video, that fucking I Feel Fantastic shit. You've seen that, right? You know what I'm talking about. It's like the weird robot in a living room, and it's like it looks so like weird and surreal and like it just fucking icky. Like I just hated it. But back then, when I was like kind of a different person, a lot more like emotionally distressed and just like really not in a great headspace, Stu was showing me that shit, and I remember just having a massive reaction to it. I was like, whoa, oh, turn that shit off, you asshole. Like, I was just so fucking like disgusted and like terrified at what I was seeing. I definitely remember like yelling at Stu, which was not a weird thing for me to do, I suppose. Yeah, the weird robot, exactly, yeah. Yeah, so for fucking years, I was like terrified of just like bumping into that video again. Years and years would pass and I'd be like, oh my god, that's like the scariest shit. I hate that. I would have nightmares about it and everything for years and years. And then like, maybe last year or 2 years ago or something like that, like kind of within like 3 years of my life, maybe when I was like 27 or something, I stumbled across it by accident, and I was like, oh, fuck, this shit again. This is stupid. I just looked at it again, and I was like, this is weird, I guess, but it's not that scary. And that's the thing with a lot of stuff that you get scared of. I think the fear happens the first time. And then when you experience it again, you have that reaction of like, oh, either I'm going to be scared by this or I'm going to be like, you know, oh, okay, I know where this is going, so whatever. No Through Road. Was that a video game? You know what? Don't send it to me. You know what's a better thing to do? Don't send it to me. If it's a scary thing, I don't want to deal with it. Ugh. It'll just like fuck up my whole day. That sounds familiar, though. I think because it reminds me of No Straight Roads, which was a video game. That would actually be kind of curved more up like that. I think the most adorable addition to this character, which was an idea by my friend Amber, was that she has this like tiara thing with like a skull wearing a Pope hat. At some point in the comic, you know, when the need arises, when this character, Theta, is like pulling like a pissed off face or something, I just want to have the skull also be pissed off. It was a short film where a group of friends get stuck in some country road in the UK, then proceed to be killed by someone while the radio fucks up and plays a loop. Ooh. Ooh. I can kind of imagine that in my head. Yeah, that does sound weird. No Straight Roads team? What happened to him? How was making the comic awful? Lovely. Lovely. Also, yeah, yelling at Stu is a common occurrence. Not just for me, for everyone. Because he's a dip. I added him on Discord like last year just to call him a dip. He was very confused, and then everything made sense when I called him a dip. Some things never change. Yeah, and the No Straight Roads guys, are they out? Are they gone? So often I hear stories of companies just like dropping off the face of the earth. oftentimes it's video game companies, which is a shame. That's why, kids, when you start taking contract jobs, when you start working in the game industry, take contracts. You know, be a contractor. You start working for a company. You know, it's not that it's a bad idea, but just understand that lots of companies fall under in the games industry. Mostly because they make like one game and then that's it. and then they fall off the face of the earth. Or they make mobile games. But you know, people dog on mobile games quite often, but it's like, look, man, a job's a job. And some mobile games are fine, you know? I guess people dog on it because they're like, you know, oh yeah, we can't really make like the artistry that we want to make. I'm not saying like mobile games are high art or anything like that. But I certainly wouldn't want to immediately just like make fun of a company because they had to move on to doing mobile gaming. Maybe people working in that industry are perfectly fine with it. Because a lot of what goes into mobile gaming is just like maintaining servers for broadcasting and also like bug fixes and shit like that. Which is what you can also do for larger games. But for mobile gaming, it's a lot more relevant because there will be like software updates and shit like that. Sorry, I'm in the booby zone right now. Trying to think, like, there should be more of a curve to the booby. Yeah. 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 Pretty good. I just saw Raid Shadow Legends somewhere. God damn it, why did I ever bring up mobile gaming? Never mind, mobile gaming fucking sucks. Right now, the sketch makes it look like the skull has a beanie. Does it? I kind of see it. Yeah, I mean, it's so minimal that it does sort of look like that. It also kind of looks like Link's hat. Like, you know how it points up? Or a gnome's hat. When I get to inking, it gets a little more clear, but yeah, the differences are very subtle. When Hi-Fi Rush came out, the people behind NSR were getting harassed online by people who were complaining, why wasn't NSR like Hi-Fi... Wait, what? Why wasn't No Straight Roads like Hi-Fi Rush? They're completely different. To be honest, No Straight Roads had better music than Hi-Fi Rush. They're different games. Am I missing something? People felt that Hi-Fi Rush was what No Straight Roads should have been. Am I, like, not sure on what No Straight Roads is? No Straight Roads. Oh, I don't know what No Straight Roads is. I thought it was, I thought No Straight Roads was the one where it's like a dog and he's wearing a hat. Oh, okay, this one's also about music. Alright. People felt that Hi-Fi was what No Straight Roads should have been, and Hi-Fi Rush is a better game personally, but the people behind No Straight Roads had to argue the budget constraints they faced compared to Bethesda. Yeah, I can see that. From a gameplay perspective, Hi-Fi Rush was a better designed game. I do like No Straight Roads, and it has better music, but the game wasn't exactly well built. That's mostly because of constraints. I've had friends that graduated that work on Raid Shadow Legends. Pretty good. Great. You know what that is? That's job security. You know, you're working a job, you're doing something based on your skill set. Great. Good for you. Somehow I got a flashback to the shit that 8 Monkey Labs went through now that we talk about game companies that went defunct. I made an app to identify colors from pictures for people who had a hard time seeing shades, hues, and colorblind. Ah, that's fucking cool, Casey. That's awesome. They actually had been harassed over the fact a higher budget company did what they did but better, which is pretty unfair. No, that's the dumbest shit on earth. Like, no fucking shit Bethesda could afford to make a higher end game. Also, no fucking shit Hi-Fi Rush did a better job. You had a bunch of, like, seasoned pros working on this. No Straight Roads, as far as I can tell, is basically an indie property. Of course, they're going to do a more polished game, you morons, you dips, you stupid assholes. Don't start dogging on indie games, man. Especially if No Straight Roads is perfectly fine. If it's a perfectly fine game. It's you know what it is, though? You know what it really is? Is that people like No Straight Roads, and they just want to see it get better. But this is not how you do it. You inform No Straight Roads that, hey, if you guys are going to make another game, or you're going to do like a follow-up to No Straight Roads, maybe take some notes from Hi-Fi Rush, see if you could do something similar, you know? That's how you do it. You don't come in the gate and say, wow, you fucking morons. How did you not think to do what Hi-Fi Rush did? Oh, hey there, Vale. Welcome. Hello. I'm surprised no one has ever made a panty raid shatty leggings. What? Panty raid shatty leggings. Shady leggings. Shady panty raid shady leggings. That's so hard to say. Both were action games with a focus on rhythm mixed with the combat. Yeah. As soon as you said, like, panty raid, I just remembered Patrick from SpongeBob. I guess you're gonna miss the panty raid. Anyone else been seeing those AI SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward where they, like, sing classic 80s songs? Anybody been seeing those? I have. I've been seeing those. Or the thing where he's like, police, I swear to God, not simping for a child. The first time I saw that, it fucked me up. I was like, what the hell is this? The panty raid. The best part of that joke is he says it twice. He says panty raid, and then Mr. Krabs is like, what did you say? And Patrick just he just says it verbatim a second time the exact same way. I guess you're gonna miss the panty raid. It's almost like they asked Nickelodeon, hey, are we allowed to say panty raid? And Nickelodeon said yes. So they just, like, went all fucking in and were like, oh gosh, let's go. Let's fucking go. Oh my god. The, Gravity Falls. The fucking poor Alex Hirsch. I can't find it here, but there's like a list of all the stupid shit that Disney wanted to censor in Gravity Falls. And Alex Hirsch having to, like, argue via email why he should be allowed to keep in these, like, innocuous, innocent fucking jokes. One of the dumbest was, they mentioned something about, like, spin the bottle, and Disney insisted, oh yeah, no, that's like really inappropriate. And Alex Hirsch was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, he pretty much basically said, are you kidding me? Like, that's ridiculous. That's stupid. No. And they had to negotiate for, like, a different joke. They would not change their goddamn mind about the spin the bottle thing, which is so stupid. Disney, I don't know what the hell happened to you, or if this has just always been you and no one really knew about it, but God damn, just become so fucking stupid lately. Alex Hirsch had a hard time getting a lot to keep in. Yeah, there was a gay couple that had to be straight up cut out, but if you look in the storyboards, you can see that they were there. It's amazing they got it to like storyboard, right? Surely some producer or something saw that and was like, "Oh fuck, gotta get that out. We can't imply anything like that gay people exist." Been seeing AI-generated Squidward becoming a doomsday conspiracy. I've not seen that one. It sounds kind of funny. The AI SpongeBob that sings old songs is a Twitch AI SpongeBob one. A Twitch? You mean like people write lyrics in the chat or something? That's pretty funny. NSR is serviceable and has a good cast of characters and aesthetic. It's just the same NSR doesn't have a decent combat or working mechanics by comparison. I mean, there's always next time. There's always another game. Excuse me. He somehow allowed a lot of body horror. Yeah, that too. That one guy with his face messed up in the final episode. That was nuts. Yeah! Morning! Bropenheimer. Bropenheimer. I'll take it. Music reminds me of the ranch in Ocarina of Time. And it's like do 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 do. Wait, no, that's Law and Order. Bam 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 bam. Guys, how many of you have seen Oppenheimer? What I hear from people is that it's weirdly kind of boring and stupid. Guys, do you want me to spoil a scene from Oppenheimer, a movie I've never seen? There's a scene where he's having sex, and then the woman he's having sex with pulls a book out from the shelf, and as she's reading the book, she says the legendary line, she's reading a passage from the book. It's the legendary line of Sheva transforming in order to prove their godhood to a king. And the woman reads the passage, I am become death, the destroyer of worlds, which was a legendary line that Mr. Oppenheimer said himself. And the moment she says it, she sticks Oppenheimer's dick in her pussy. That really happens in the movie. That's fucking stupid. It's the dumbest shit on earth. From what I've heard about Oppenheimer, like the way people talk about it, it sounds like it was trying to be really, really cool and serious, but also it just had like dumb shit like that. Like the type of writing that feels like it was weirdly trying to appeal to like teenage boys, like 300 style. But from what I heard, teenage boys thought it was boring, thought that Oppenheimer was boring. Like my roommate works at a theater and he even said like, oh, teenagers kept complaining. They went to Oppenheimer and complained the whole movie that it was boring. It's just like, wait, who are you appealing to, bro? What is the point of this? I saw Oppenheimer, yeah, not gonna lie. Wasn't that great? Yeah, see, wasn't that great? I think the best thing about Oppenheimer was that it came out alongside Barbie and then they made the memes. Also, the Barbie movie's better. It's a little weird. They tried to be oddly profound in the Barbie movie, and I like some of the stuff they talk about. It's really funny too. So it just has a lot going for it. I don't think it's gonna win an Oscar or anything. Well, you know what? Black Panther won a couple Oscars, so you know what? You never know. The whole movie could have been described as 3 sentences stretched out on repeat into 3 hours. Oh my gosh. That's a while, man. That's a while. How was the stream today? Saw you had to open and close the one yesterday like 4 times. Yeah, it's because I think I need to reinstall OBS. OBS keeps telling me that I'm dropping frames, but then I look at my stream and it's fine. So, I don't know. I had to open and reopen it because I was trying to figure out how to fix it, but it's not really a problem at all, so I don't know. Yesterday I had to like restart my internet. I had to do like all sorts of stuff. Ugh. For a while I thought it was NordVPN that was fucking me up. Because apparently, you guys look into this as you will. Apparently, ExpressVPN recently got bought up by a company called like Kite or Kep or something. Wait, no. What's its name? I don't want to get this. Blah blah blah. Cape. K-A-P-A. Cape Technology. Apparently they bought up ExpressVPN, and they are well known for a shady history of selling information to third parties and getting like casual lawsuits over it. And then they just buy up more and more companies. Apparently they bought up ExpressVPN for like close to $1 billion. Right now, ExpressVPN is still working like independently. They're owned by Cape, but they haven't done anything with it, and the company is operating normally. But that just was such a fucking sus story that I'm like, I'm just not gonna use ExpressVPN. Fuck it. So I switched to Nord, but I think Nord still has some growing pains here and there. I still am unclear with some of its features. With ExpressVPN, I mean, it had its own fair share of issues too. I literally could not stream if I had ExpressVPN turned on. It would fuck up my whole stream, so I'd have to turn it off beforehand. I'm still doing that, although I don't know if I need to. When I hear someone say a movie is boring, my only argument is don't watch Alien then. Alien's not boring, though. Alien's not boring. Alien was good. Alien was well-paced. There's a difference between slow-paced and boring. Also, there's a difference between boring and bad. Oppenheimer seems like the bad kind of boring. One of my favorite movies, I could argue, is kind of boring, and that's Angel's Egg. That movie, there's like probably 5 lines of dialogue in the whole movie, and it's like an hour and a half long. But I love it. I think it's great. Most of it is visual storytelling, and I love that. To quote ERB's Thanos vs. Oppenheimer, you had sex with your friend's wife right there in your friend's bed, and then got another married girl pregnant. You should have gone for the head. God damn it. Can we build the bomb? Oh, these are the questions. Number 1, can we build the bomb? Number 2, is Oppenheimer a communist? Number 3, is Oppenheimer a person worth remembering positively? I got a question. If Oppenheimer's a communist, who fucking cares? It's a very like American question, you know. Oh, is this person a communist? Does that matter? What is so fucking bad about communism, except that dictators used it in the past as an excuse to be a dictator? It's like communism's a really cool idea, so dictators used it as a hard sell. It's not that communism is bad inherently. If anything, fucking capitalism is bad inherently. Fucking been fucking up so many countries for years, and we still don't backpedal because we're scared of communism and socialism. Not that I know a lot about either subject, but it's so stupid the way people talk about communism. They always use it as like it's a swear word. Like they're like, you know, oh, are they communist? Like, and then they never elaborate on why that's bad or why it matters. It's so stupid. Yeah, it's Red Scare. Yeah, it's just Red Scare, which is basically bad nostalgia, you know? Like, why should I take that seriously at all? We'll say the idea of Oppenheimer in the movie somewhat reminds me of the Ghibli movie, The Wind Rises, which is about a man who creates the... And that movie does discuss the repercussions of his creation and how that affected the world. I need to sit down and watch that for real. The first time I watched it, I remembered thinking, this movie's boring, and then I turned it off. But I probably was in the wrong mind space. I also thought that Full Metal Alchemist was boring at the time. I was probably thinking about other shit. That was like 2018, where I was like kind of in between jobs and projects, and I wasn't really doing anything. Hot take, I think VPNs are a waste of money to buy the concept of privacy from normal people. Hey man, I can't build my own VPN. I'm not smart enough. Sadly, I hear plenty of people say that Alien is boring. I love Alien. I get why people would say Alien is boring, because again, it's slow-paced. If you're not willing to accept the slow-paced nature of a movie, then you just can't get into it, you know? Makes sense to have one if you work exclusively online or you're a part of a corporation that needs the privacy. But if you're just a random dude who doesn't work online, what's the point? I mean, well, yeah, no. I mean, buy a thing if it's relevant to your lifestyle, you know? VPNs are relative to my lifestyle for reasons I'm not going to get into, but I kind of need them, so it's relevant to me. I think the argument for Alien is it's a very slow-paced movie for a while, especially if you watch Aliens first and even right after compared to the rest of the Alien franchise. Alien is kind of slow. Red Scare period. Spoilers, Oppenheimer wasn't the traitor. Oppenheimer wasn't sus. Or you have an internet following and could be subject to hacking at any point. True. True. The emo Hayden years, 2018? No. I think you're thinking 2016 maybe, or when I was a teenager. Yeah, no, I finally went back and gave Full Metal Alchemist a chance. And you know what? It's awesome. Full Metal Alchemist is fucking cool, man. There's so many, little scenes I can pick from where I go, that rocks. Like, the writing here, this writing rocks. So damn good and cool. I will say, the moment-to-moment plot, as it's being revealed to me, is, fine. There's some plot stuff where I go, okay, all right, whatever. This is happening. The guy, Scar? I swear to God, his name is Scar. Scar is okay, but I don't know, he's not really super interesting yet. I just see so many YouTubers promoting them. I mean, hey, if you get an email from them and they offer you $3,000 to advertise Nord, why not? The version Hayden, I need to use VPN to protect my information and identity. Yeah, okay. The Chad Skylar. I was just about to fucking say, yeah, the Chad Skylar. This is my address. I'm gonna say it loudly on stream. You fucking morons. Today about the second volume of Blame. Have I heard of that? I don't think I've heard of that. I don't know what that is. What is Blame? Please pitch it to me. While I draw babes. The Chad Skylar, come and find me. Yeah, that's definitely one of those things like, oh man, this is like really stressful for me in the moment, but I'm gonna look back on this and laugh someday. And I do. And I do. I think at the time it stressed me out because I was worried for your safety. Like I was like, dude, what the fuck? Oh. And I felt partially responsible because it was like my stream. But I mean, if you would have put yourself in harm's way, Skylar, which it didn't even result in harm's way, but if you're gonna do that, that's on you. So, it's okay. It's all good. Right, yes, no, that doesn't really look like where you live. It's a manga about a guy trying to survive in the world where architecture makes literally no sense. Being a massive sculpture that spans out for miles. Huh. Okay. Pretty sick. I can imagine that, like, looking really awesome. Ugh. You know what I've been doing lately is rewatching Berserk and reading a manga called... It's not called Columbus. It's not called Columbus. Not called Columbus. It's not called fucking Columbus. Okay, hold on. God, Hi-Fi Rush was so fucking cool. Structures, not sculptures. Oh, okay. Okay. I see, I'm imagining it like video games. Like the AVGN plays a game and goes like, oh man, why the heck is Dracula's castle look like this? What the hey? You know, like... I'm imagining everything like doesn't make any sense. Claymore! I was thinking of Claymore. There's a manga called Claymore. It's pretty sick. And it's also medieval fantasy, which is what Worlds of Stage, this comic, is kind of aiming for. So I want to do as much research as I can. Berserk is a good anime. It is. It's a shame that, in my opinion, the way the anime starts is a post time skip. I prefer the time skip. You know, everything leading up where Guts is like joining the Band of Hawks and stuff like that is perfectly fine, but it's just not as interesting as demon hunting, in my opinion. I don't know. I still get like decently invested watching through all that stuff again. Maybe it just bugs me because I've probably watched through Berserk twice at this point now. So rehashing it again sort of feels like, yeah, all right, I know where everything is going. I'm kind of just along for the ride. Still neato, though. Still very invested. It's definitely one of those retro animes that I vibe with super hard. Oh, wait, what did Skylar say? If someone wants to put effort into coming all the way out to where I am to kill me, they've put more effort to ending my life than I have to maintaining it, and have probably earned it. JK, maybe. Skylar? No! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Isn't Claymore a type of sword? Yes. Yes. Yes, Claymore is a sword. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. But it's also a manga, so. Apparently there's a Devil May Like inspired by Claymore. Solstice? Really? I'm gonna look this up. Solstice. Ooh! Is it inspired by... Is it? I guess I could see it. Sure. When did this come out? Years active? 1995? What? Kind of mixed reviews, mostly positive. Okay. Came out in 2022. Okay. Kind of a little close to now. Neato. Okay. Know what I'ma do? I'ma be. Need it as a court defense. He made me come all the way out to Chicago. He said I could. I earned it. No. You absolute fool. You complete dip. I find the title kind of ironic considering how awfully many Souls-like have been coming out lately. So much to the point you start missing DMC clones. Yeah! What, wasn't it you that was posting clips of a video game that was straight up, like, unapologetically a Devil May Cry clone? And it looked like pretty fucking sick, too. I'm in dire need of Dointe clones. My name is Dointe. You can call me Dointe the Demon Killer. Has a good ring to it, doesn't it? I, as a Devil May Cry fan, have played DMC probably more than I've played Devil May Cry 1 and 2. and maybe even 3. Mostly because DMC is like breezy. You can get through it really quick. And all the cringy fucking cutscenes just add to it. It's fucking fascinating, that game. I've definitely played DMC more than Devil May Cry 4. Because Devil May Cry 4, I love Nero. I do. Unapologetically, I love Nero, even back when the game first came out. But that game really drags. It's got, like, I believe it was Lyle Rath that said it had, like, the worst pacing on Earth. I'd agree, yeah. It makes it really hard to play. I do like revisiting the cutscenes, though. A lot of nostalgia there. Did I watch the DMC anime? Yes, I did. I watched it twice. I thought the ending was a little underwhelming, but most of it was cool. The studio that made the DMC anime also made One Punch Man, among many other awesome things. Heartless and Dreadful. It's on Steam and it's pretty cheap. Hell yeah. You know what? I'm gonna look it up. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, it's only $7. That is pretty damn cheap. Aw, look at this. Look at you. Aw, very nice. Okay. This looks nice. This looks interesting. I have one I could recommend. Fucking weird and came out in 2011. It's called Marlon Bridges and the Mask of Death. Why does that sound so familiar? $5? Marlo Bridges and the Mask of Death. What the fuck is this? It's an action hack and slash. A new breed of warrior returns, committed to destroying the enemies of freedom when one angry man has a world to protect. There's only one future, his own. No nonsense hero Marlo never sheeds away from danger or trouble. But now he faces his ultimate challenge. I remember this. Oni Plays played this. Yeah, this shit's like $5, but apparently it was actually pretty fun. It stars Steve Blum as a racist. Why is he racist? As a racist talking Mayan mask. Apparently, as I remember seeing waves of Souls fans going apeshit because FF16 doesn't play like Dark Souls. Oh, whatever. Fuck off. DMC5 made Nero more interesting. Yeah, man. I get that. Yeah, no, I mean, that seems to be the general consensus with Nero. Do they think they attacked DMC fans for it too, but don't quote me on that. Yesterday I sketched some fan art of H&D2. Hell yeah, post it in the doodly-doo. Any more progress in Baldur's Gate? Not exactly, because I've been, for the past couple weeks, I've been unsure whether I needed to apply to a local place for a holdover job, or if this contract that I thought I was going to get was going to pan out soon. I haven't signed any non-disclosure agreements, so, nothing's happened yet, but I applied to a comic book gig, and the person replied to my application almost immediately. And they said, like, we really love your work. We'll definitely be sending you an email. And I was like, oh, whoa, fuck yeah. Okay, awesome, great, yeah. And this is a contract for like 5 years with consistent pay. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm completely down with that. And I'd be making comics. So I'm like, yeah, this sounds awesome. But ever since that comment, they haven't said anything, and I've sent them messages being like, hey, when are we doing this? And the deadline for that application is like the end of the year, like December 31st or something. Then I had it out for lunch. Talk to you guys later. Peace, Mario. Bye. So yeah, I wasn't sure. For a little while, I was thinking like, okay, sick. I have another long-term job, because the other one was starting to pan out. Thing is, though, I haven't heard from them since, and I was waiting a while for them to get back to me, and in the meantime, I was taking up, like, other little jobs for a while, so I've just been, like, so distracted. At this point, I'm going to need to take an odd job locally while I look for some more, like, remote work. I just prefer working remotely. It's so much better than just going to some other job, like having to fucking drive to work every day. Not a vibe. Mega cringe. Isn't that a rare occurrence? Instant reply from an application guy. So I've had it before with like legit stuff. I do understand why it'd be sussy. This was on a thing called a casting call club, where you'll find either like super legit dudes or you'll find super unlegit dudes. The company that set up the application, I did like enough research on them, so they look legit. They've made things in the past. They have a studio. They're some pretty real homies. In fact, the project I need to work on later today that I need to call a client for, I also found them through Casting Call, and they also hit me up pretty quickly. So I know what you mean. So far, they haven't given me any red lights. The only red flag, the only red flag I've seen so far is that any attempt at messaging them just yields 0 results. That's kind of weird. That's kind of sussy. I don't know what to think about that. But I'm still just waiting. I'm still just waiting on them. I am ready and willing. There's a different job that I'm working on, which I did sign an NDA for. So I can't talk about that one. But, you know, these like short-term jobs won't hold me over for too long. So I want to space out my time. Space out my time, space out my efforts. This is just some peaceful ass music, man. Also, I'm allowing myself to be loud as fuck this morning because John is not here right now. I am alone in my house. But I need to pick Jonathan up from the airport today. They are coming back like super late at night. And she needs to be looking more up. So far, my only remaining bread and butter is commissions and Subscribestar. Do you work full-time remotely? It's hard for me to find a job in particular. Nobody in my city seems to look for a comic artist or a character designer. Yeah, I mean, I live in Washington, which is a lot more art-focused, so I'm probably in like a better place for it. But even then, it's very competitive. So I'll apply for gigs, and then you'll get 200 other people. In fact, the contract job that might end up being published, that one, I got picked out of 2,000 applicants. They went through a massive list and they were like, nah, this guy. So sometimes I just get lucky. Other times it is skill. I think I'm a good artist. I think I'm a very good artist too. But sometimes that really is not enough. Sometimes people get picked for really specific reasons. Gosh, I just think and dream and plan and hope for a future where I can make shit remotely, where I can work from home. Very, very difficult though. I've never found myself in a position where I could actually do that fully. The comic I'm working on, the guy that I'm working for, he cannot pay me like a livable wage. He can only pay me like so much for the comic. But me and the guy have like this great repertoire. And again, he's letting me share some of the profits once it actually gets published. That's a great deal. That's what made me want to stick with the project. So it's like, the more you do this, the more you make like business deals, the more you stumble across good deals and you stick with those and you leave behind all the shitty ones. I've definitely taken some shitty deals, and oh my gosh, I'll never forget them. I don't want to forget them. I want to remember them forever so that I internalize them and never make that mistake again. And how's this looking? All right, better. We're working though. Working as a thumbnail artist for a different guy. A lot of this money really stacks up over time, but again, rent. I love living in Washington. It's a lovely place, beautiful state, and lots of, again, artistic work, but rent is so
fucking expensive. It's nuts. And it's so frustrating because it means that even when I'm living with like a roommate and they pay half the rent, which is really helpful, I'm super grateful that they've been sticking with me for so long, still not enough. I still need to get like another job along with my 4 other jobs. Poland. Ooh. Krakow? Krakow. Am I saying that right? I live in Krakow, Poland. For a while, I thought the city is very supportive of art, but I guess it's a big fat lie. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear. I mean, it's like, unfortunately, a lot of societies don't have like just support for art. They mostly support very utilitarian needs. Like, oh, are you a coal miner? Oh, are you able to like mine for this or that or this or that? Which is frustrating, you know, because like, if we just supported each other a little more, like, I'm talking big, like if country to country, we supported each other a lot more instead of trying to kill each other all the time, we'd have a lot more artistic jobs because we would have solved world hunger already. Wasn't that the city the Winter Soldier was filmed in? Was it? I would not know. I've not seen the Winter Soldier. People keep telling me it's awesome though. I really should. I'm not the type of person that like really hates on Marvel movies. That's become like a real trend lately now that Endgame is over. Honestly, I like to cherry pick and find the Marvel movies that people say are super good. Because I want to watch them. I want to give them a chance. I love, Overly Sarcastic Productions. They, these two folks, Red and Blue, that's their usernames. They both go through, they talk about either like history or myths or tropes, and they have like these long as fuck, like hour and a half long videos where they use PowerPoints and talk about like how everybody keeps fucking up Superman when they try to write him. And it's the type of stuff I've never researched before, or I've always associated with boring people. Like Linkara, for example, would talk about comics, and Linkara would talk about comics in a boring way. He would just be like, you know, oh, this comic is complete fucking trash. It's not nearly as good as this other comic that I'm not going to talk about. Like, when I was doing reviews, I kind of hated doing angry reviews because the reviews I liked were when people talked about good stuff, when they talked about good movies. And anytime those people would start talking positively about something, they would always have to like take 10 steps back and be like, yeah, but you know, talking about like something that's actually good isn't funny. And I'm like, no, talk about a thing you're passionate about, please, God's sakes. And I love that. I love that. And that's why I feel like that reflects a lot too, because to this day, my most popular review is the Rayman reviews. I think it's just because people want to see someone that's really passionate about something talk about a thing that they like. It's fun. It's fun. This is looking pretty good. More of a curve there. Yeah, I like that better. But yeah, that's my rant on that. I will defend the Nostalgia Critic to my last dying breath, but I'll totally admit that, like, any likability for the Nostalgia Critic is kind of relative. He certainly has a personality that doesn't vibe with lots of people, but I will commend him. I've been watching a lot of his, like, recent works, and he seems to be, like, evolving a bit. He seems to, like, put more effort into, talking about being more of an analyst. He did, like, a whole thing a couple of years ago, well, several years ago, actually, He did a whole thing about like Batman moments. Like, I think it was just like really awesome Batman moments or something like that. Some sounds a little generic. But watching the video, he actually talks about it. He goes into history as well. That's something Nostalgia Critic never fucking did. He never did research. It was plain as day that when he would do those old reviews, he would just turn on the movie, watch it, write a script, and then use the first draft to do an episode. And, you know, back then, that was good enough. People were like, yeah, this is fun. He's talking about a movie, you know? Standards were different back then. But nowadays, there's tons of people that can do that. So it feels nice that the Nostalgia Critic is like actually putting in the effort to be a little more of an analyst. He's actually doing some more research into what he's talking about. He's talking about the history of it as well. Very good. Very nice. Guys, go check out the Nostalgia Critics. I read somewhere online that the Nostalgia Critic is like a millionaire, and I'm like, that can't possibly be true. That doesn't make any sense. But that same site also said that JonTron was a millionaire, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right. It's like, where are you getting this from? Very good. Okay, moving on. I love comparing the sketch to the final work. It's like... it's like... little child, grown adult. Little child, grown adult. Very good. No sentence that starts with "speaking of Linkara" is a door to good things. Yeah. Linkara, the great Linkara. The great Linkara. AVGN and RMAC21. God rest his soul. Who's RMAC21 and are they actually dead? 2018, Martin Scorsese is wrong. Marvel is fun. 2023, Scorsese was right all along. Look, man, a lot of those Marvel movies in the beginning that were very fun and promising. And then they just fucking went on too long. Speaking of Linkara, don't watch nor know much about the guy, but I heard he's made a decent analog horror series for April Fools. Did he? I know none of that. Did you see the change the channel controversy? Apparently most were just butthurt how irrelevant they are and are as toxic as Mashad was. I know none of this. And even then, it felt like sometimes he was writing the script while trying to watch the movie. So sometimes he'd be like, they didn't explain why X. And he'd cock a brow and go, yes, they did. Yeah, no, sometimes the thing was he would write the episode as if you're watching it along with them, right? Like they're trying to be like, oh, we're watching it at the same time the Nostalgia Critic is. So if there's an observation like, oh, why didn't they explain this part? You'll then get to the point where they explain it, and hopefully the Nostalgia Critic goes, oh, okay, now they explain it, right? He did that as a means of making it feel like it's a character watching a show. That's fine, but exactly what you're saying, Skylar, yeah, it just led to people going like, why are you so stupid? Why are you don't know. They did explain that. For some reason, I kind of believe JonTron a millionaire take. I mean, come on, look at that set on each episode, not to mention extras. Maybe. I don't like a millionaire. I guess there is a, I was talking to my boyfriend about this as well. There is a hard difference between a millionaire and a billionaire. So yeah, maybe. Okay, let's see. Guys, I'm just gonna say it, all right? And you know what? I'm tired of pretending. I've been lying to myself for years, and I've been afraid to say it, but you know what? I'm not afraid anymore. I have to go poopy. I have to. So I'm gonna. Ingram's movie? You don't mean that. I'm getting milk. You can't stop me. my misery. Everybody wants to pee on me. My phone in the wrong pocket. What's going on? Would you get the fuck out of the way? Gotta go poopy. Sleepy time music starts playing. Hell yeah. That music once Drad said I was absolutely perfect timing. Sometimes I do hear the music and I go, wait, I should time this. Sometimes that is intentional. John recently made a joke about the gamer compound. Everyone has a million laying around. I mean, that was just a joke. I don't know if that means he is a millionaire. So brave. Thank you. Thank you, Illuminati. Because of your username, Illuminati Scream Big, for a embarrassingly long amount of time, I referred to the Illuminati as the Illuminati. Legitimately. Unironically. I would be like, oh yeah, the Illuminati. Until my roommate grabbed me by my fat neck and they fucking pulled out my Adam's apple, chopped it up and cooked it, ate it with some stew, and then barfed it back into my neck. It was only then that I became wise to the fact that it's the Illuminati. Whoops. This is a fucking pencil neck geek talking to a girl and he gets nervous. Give him huge glasses because he's a giant nerd. My friend, referred to this character as, quote, submissive and breedable, and I've never forgiven them for that. Can I just say, like, Mpreg, just conceptually, sounds like the most, like, weird pervert shit in the world. But then, I just kind of hate pregnant fetishes in general. And I know what you're probably thinking, Hayden, I don't want to talk about this. So I guess I won't talk too long before everybody blocks me and swats me, but, you know, just sounds kind of weird to me. In my opinion, I have evolved into a brain bug. Hell yeah. You were a scream bag, now you're a brain bag. Gonna go to class, good luck with your stream. Thank you, Orpho, good luck with class. You know, the ultimate cringe to me, the mega cringe that I hate more than anything is, like, a pregnancy fetish. And the thing is, I'm the type of person that really wants to stick up for people that have weird fetishes, because I feel like they get made fun of way too much. Like, way more than they ever deserve. You know what's something that genuinely puts me off, Oni plays, is just how much they talk about dudes with, like, weird fetishes. Like, they talk about dudes with weird fetishes with the same energy that, like, a homophobe talks about a gay person. And it's really genuinely uncomfortable when they start getting, like, so passionate. Like, and you know, full disclosure, what they're talking about is dudes with, like, poop fetishes and stuff. I get it. That's weird. But there's, like, plenty of dudes that just, like, have a weird fetish and are also decent members of society. They talk about this shit like, oh god, if you even have that fetish at all, you deserve to be made fun of to the point of committing suicide. Like, it's, I don't know, it's fucking weird. If it's meant to be a joke, then I guess my point is it's not fucking funny. It's just, like, really uncomfortable. And I don't know, I kept bumping into that shit the more I watched Oni Plays. I mean, among other things. I've been kind of back and forth on watching Oni Plays lately. Their humor's been sort of dipping in and out for me. Sometimes they're just, like, way too edgy for me, and I'm like, alright, I'm just done. Alright. Motherfucking Chris made, like, the strangest observation about Encanto. He didn't like Encanto, which is, like, whatever. Lots of Lots of dudes will be told, oh, go watch Encanto, and then they're like, I'm too much of a dude to watch this. I'm too much of like a manly man to enjoy this animated picture. And then they go and watch like Beauty and the Beast or some shit. But I'm like, whatever. This is like not a nuanced point at all. But Chris was saying, like, you know, oh yeah, no, Encanto is stupid because it's not a real musical. And I'm like, what the fuck? And his point, and you know, maybe my memory is a little fickle here, but I remember his point was something to the effect of like, yeah, it's not a real musical because they sing to the audience. Or they're looking, or like they talk to each other or something. Like the point was like, oh, Encanto has a bunch of musical segments, and then they'll like look at each other and talk, or something like that. Or they'll like look at the audience and talk. That was the point. That was the smoking gun that like, oh shit, I guess Encanto is bullshit now. And I remembered like listening to that while I was in the car, and I was just so flabbergasted by how unapologetically fucking stupid that is as a point that I was like, I think I'm just gonna take a break from owning plays. This is just bothering me so much. So yeah, I've been kind of on and off with them as of late. Every now and then I'll go back and be like, yeah, okay, they're still funny. They are. But then just every now and then, I don't know. I think it's like the Aaron Hansen thing, right? Where everybody there is like funny and they seem like decent people. But then I'm watching commentary, right? Like I'm watching commentary of dudes. And if they just start talking about shit that annoys me and is stupid, then why should I be watching, right? Honestly, I just want all these guys to succeed. I want them to do well with all their projects because, like, all the shows they make are awesome. And Bulbo, I want to see get finished. I want Chris to finish Bulbo. I want season 2 of Smiling Friends. Like, all these guys, they're so, like, talented. So it's like, I want them to succeed. But Oni plays, I don't know. It dips in and out for me sometimes. Anyway, I don't know where I got that aside from. I guess it just kind of bubbled into my subconscious. But yeah. I get probably relevant to bring up because I made like 2 Oni Plays animateds. I have another one that I've like fully sketched, but just never really got around to making. Chris tends to have shit opinions. Yeah, it's amazing how often Chris and Aaron have like a lot of overlap. They're almost like a weird yin and yang, where Aaron is a lot more on like the inclusive PC end in an annoying way, and Chris, excuse me. And Chris is the more like edgelord, bad boy in an annoying way, you know? Like just both of them have like some pretty shit takes. And it's especially rich when Chris is like throwing out a bunch of hot takes about video games and then will fully admit that he really doesn't play a lot of games or enjoy a lot of games. Like he'll give out this really decisive opinion about like Ratchet and Clank or some shit, and then say like one of his favorite games is like a racing game. And it's like, okay, fucking opinions are different, you know? But I think these types of people are important, you know? Like people that have weird, divisive opinions that you just have no way of fathoming what they're talking about. That kind of opinion is still important to have because it makes you think. Like Aaron with his dog shit opinions that are really so consistently not good, occasionally will be. Like, I love his whole bit about, his whole, like, sequelitis series about Zelda. That much. Upon reflection, I think he was being really hyperbolic about the annoying parts in Ocarina of Time. But I'll admit there are annoying parts in Ocarina of Time. None of it affects my ability to enjoy it the way it does for Aaron. But I see what he means. I think he's a little too absolutist. about Ocarina of Time. But I agree that Nintendo was relying on Ocarina of Time for way too long. They should have been allowing themselves to be more creative. They should have allowed Zelda to be so much more than just Ocarina of Time every single time. And that made Breath of the Wild. Okay. Is this really Pokemon music? It's nice. It reminds me a lot of like Undertale or Deltarune. Is weird. You know what? His finger is a little too out. Oh yeah, your art posting schedule. Oh yeah. It is. It's Hugs Route 47. Really? Gosh, you know, I do love Pokemon. I think it's so like cute and fun, but like playing the games themselves, I don't know. It's just like It's so grindy and not nearly as sophisticated as other RPGs. Like, I don't know. But I appreciate the show. And I appreciate, like, the nostalgia. And I appreciate the creativity, too. Like, a lot of the designs, even the new ones when they come out, I'm still like, ooh, nice. You know? What's this motherfucker look like? He's got, Oh, right, yes. Peel that back a bit. So, because this motherfucker's got a turtleneck. Oh, look at this babe. His little turtleneck. I really wish I could actually enjoy Pokemon games. Just ain't a fan of turn-based RPGs. I mean, yeah. That's like the most determining factor is, do you like RPGs? I wish Nintendo didn't breathe down my neck every time I think about making fan art. Can you not make fan art of Pokemon? Surely you could just make fan art without making money off of it. I want glasses to be bigger. Alright. 9 o'clock. We got a little bit of time before I need to go do that thing. So let's see. I suppose I could pack it in for now. I got 2 panels done. Pretty good. How many do I need left? I got everything else done, I think. Yeah, okay. This is mostly... I just need to make the hands clap a little bit. Do nice, like, clapping motion. I need this boy to clap them cheeks just a whittle bit. Oh, heavens, man. Also, after this, I need to figure out, like, the OBS thing.
Probably should just like delete this OBS, get a new one, see if that fixes anything. I don't get it. It's so dumb. This is beautiful. No pun intended, but that guy you're sketching, no cap, looks like Carline's dad. He does. He does look like, well, a lot less tired, but yes, I absolutely see it. Oh my god. Yeah, when he's working at the fucking computer, he's just like. Yeah, I see it. I like drawing dudes with long faces. Oh, I didn't give him the fucking. I think this guy's design went through a couple changes as I was making these pages. Gotta make sure everything syncs up. Oh my gosh. That's one very important thing is you got to make sure all your little like design choices are consistent. That's good. All right. Yeah, I think I'll call it for now. All right, peace. I will try to be better about advertising my streams on the Discord server because clearly there's an audience for those announcements. Peace. Bye-bye. Also, I want to